Before I show you the after, I want to show you something more useful. The thing that happened in between. So this is a real home, a real client, and I'm going to share with you the decision-making process that I made as I walked through each room and explain to you what changed, what didn't have to, and we'll go through that room by room in this home. Because if you're getting ready to sell your home soon, the most valuable thing I can give you isn't a pretty reveal. It's the decision-making process. Once you understand how to look at your home like a buyer does, you'll never look at your home the same way again. Let's get started. The entryway is always my first read on a home. Not because buyers spend a lot of time here, they don't. But it's because where their first impression starts. In about 5 to 7 seconds, they've already decided how they feel about this house. So I'm standing here asking, what is the dominant feeling? Is it crowded? Is it dark? Does it feel like you're walking into someone's life or into a home? Here's what I saw. So the furniture was great right here. It didn't take up very much space, but there was just a little bit of clutter in the bottom, which picture was taken actually while I was in the middle of staging it. I realized I hadn't taken a picture yet, and there was just a bunch of things, books down there, so we kind of put that away, and basically rearranged some of the things on the top, left the artwork that was there because it looked fantastic, and let me show you the after. So as you can see, it's not much of a difference, but it was enough to clear it up. You don't want to stash things on the bottom of that shelf. We left a nice wire basket, the plants and the artwork. And that's all that's really needed to be done. It wasn't a lot of work. We didn't change anything out. We just removed a bunch of things to help clear out the clutter and make the space more inviting. Dining rooms are interesting because sellers almost always underestimate them. They think it's just a table and some chairs. What is there to stage? Quite a bit, actually. The dining room is selling a feeling more than a function. Buyers want to picture themselves entertaining here, sitting down to dinner, having people over, and if the room feels dark, cramped, or like an afterthought, that picture doesn't form. Here's what I saw, and what you don't see in this picture, because I didn't have the camera set correctly, was that to the left of it in that same room was a baby changing table. And as you can see, there's some trash on the table, there's a lot of things on the wall here. It's just feeling cramped in here with things that don't belong. But what I left was the buffet table. I left the table and chairs. I did have them take out the baby changing table. And so this is just a couple of things that just needed to be used and showed off as the room as it's supposed to. Here is the after picture, and as you can see, it is more brighter. There's less stuff on the walls. Things aren't cluttered in there. We actually ended up using one of those pictures as a tray in the middle and put a candle. Keep it simple, keep it bright and airy. Now buyers can picture dinner here, and that's a sale. Moving on to the kitchen that was right next door to that dining room, as you can tell, is being used as a kitchen, right? Just like we all do. But there's a couple of things that just could make it just neater, nicer on the countertops. You can see a baby's chair over here on the bottom left, and it's a big open space. It just needs just a little bit of tidying up and cleaning up on the counters. And as you can see, this picture has it nice and bright, and everything's kind of put away neatly in the baskets. The counters are cleared. Is basically just makes it look bigger, more inviting, and you can imagine yourselves cooking in here as a family. Now we're moving on to the master bathroom, and obviously you can't move much in the bathroom. But what you can do is definitely clean it up, and that's basically what we did in this room. So you definitely want to clear off all the countertops. There should not be any makeup, any self-care products or anything like that on the counters here. There's things on the floor, there's towels, there's jewelry all over the place or hanging up on that rack over there. So one of the things I had them do is basically clean off all the surfaces in the bathroom. That's like the easiest thing you can do in the bathroom is to clear all that stuff. If you really need to keep some of that stuff, you may realize that some of it's expired, some of it needs to be thrown out. This is the time to do that. And then whatever you really do need, you put it underneath the sink in the cabinets. Okay. And now this is the after. As you can see, everything looks nice and neat. We put a nice little plant here in the middle on the counter between the two sinks. We turned on the lights. We hung a nice towel. That jewelry rack is gone. So things look so much better, more presentable, and that they can imagine themselves living in it. It looks like a luxury spa bath type area versus the clutter that was in there that reminds them that someone else is living in here. Moving on to one of the bedrooms. This is one of the teenage bedrooms, and this is where they place the bed. Notice how the wall is painted. There's a lot of artwork on the walls. It's a very personalized type room. And so one of the decisions we made in here was basically we're just going to declutter the things on the wall. We're going to make the bed, show off the bed, and we're going to basically kind of make it more brighter in here. We decided not to paint the wall. We didn't really have the time to do that, but this is actually just fine. If you just left that one wall, that dark wall, kind of make it like a headboard, if you will, so that it kind of gives something to look at, draws the eye into the room and gives a little bit of color. It's not all one same color beige. I do want to share this dresser was over here as well. Again, we just cleaned this up basically because there's too many things on there. Again, more personality, books and things like that. So basically we just took things off of there, put them away, put them in storage, and I'll show you the after picture here. So this is what it looks like now. So we did leave, like I said, the paint color. We decluttered the things around the bed, but we used the blue motif here in our favor to kind of offset the bed. Like I said, we cleaned up the dresser. We left some books on there. This still gives it a little bit of personality in here, but it doesn't look as dark or as cluttered. And you can obviously fit a large bed in here because the room is so big. Now, I wish I would have had the before picture for the living room. Unfortunately, I couldn't take it because when I was there during the consultation, the kids were in there watching TV, and I didn't want to take pictures of the kids. But I do want to show you the after picture of the couches. These were originally there. They didn't have a coffee table, which is fine. You can imagine it something being there. You don't need to have, if you don't have one, I'm not saying you have to go buy one. And if you can find an ottoman or something like that, maybe a chest, that would have been perfectly fine, but they didn't have that. But I just love the warm brown colors of the couches in here because of the grayer walls. It's nice and bright. The brown, it just makes it look more soothing. You can fit your family in here, watch TV. They did a great job of cleaning out all the toys because there were a lot of toys and dog toys and things like that as well. So they did a fantastic job of cleaning things up after talking them through what needed to happen in this room, and they did a fantastic job. This looked really nice, warm, and welcoming. This is also the after picture of the master bedroom. Again, I didn't have a before picture, but I wanted to share with you that we decided to keep the turquoise blue wall color in here as well, because again, the gray color is a color that is going away as a wall color, all right? And so this is just gives it just a little bit of a personality, a little quirk, a little bit of something that it's just not overwhelming. It's a blue color. It is perfectly fine as a master bedroom color. It's on only one wall. But as you can see, they have nightstands, they have lamps on the nightstands, the bed is made, there is a record player, some music over here on the left side, and as you can see, there's another room through there that was probably supposed to be a walk-in closet, but what they did was they used it as a nursery for their baby instead of co-sleeping with them in the same room. This is a very unique and very fun little area that I'll show you the after here as well. As you can see, this is a really cute little nursery. Yes, you could have used this as a closet, a walk-in closet, although they did have another closet as well. This could also be a sitting room. It could be a library, reading area. It could be all sorts of different things, but they chose to use it as a nursery, and they did a really great job of the wall. There really wasn't a whole lot of work that needed to be done in here. The dresser was already there. We just kind of reused a couple of things, like we put the books on the dresser, we put the rug was there. We hung up a couple of coats, but they had a lot of great things in here to make this into a nursery, and a future family moving in would say, oh, this is great, we have a baby too. That's what you want them to do. You want them thinking in that direction of other ways that you can use this space. So what I want to take away from this is that this house wasn't a whole lot that they needed to move around. There was a lot of clutter that needed to be taken care of. They cleaned up a lot of surfaces. They did a lot of work outside of the house as well. They listed this house at the end of August. They had a pending sale a week later and sold it $3,000 over asking price. Amazing, right? So that's what I want to share with you, all these pictures, because as you can see, we reuse a lot of what they had in this home. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. You don't have to transform your entire home to sell it. You just have to make strategic decisions about what to address, what to leave, what can stay. And it's the decision-making layer that I call of home staging, where if it's something you can absolutely learn how to do for your own home. Now, if you're in the middle of getting ready to sell your house and you're just feeling overwhelmed, I have lots of different ways that I can help you, and I'll leave the link in the show notes. It can be something as simple as, Kasia, I just need your help with this one room. I do offer a mini consultation where you just send me pictures of your room. I send you a little video back on what can change, what to keep, kind of like what I did here in this talk through of move this here, change that there, move this around, remove that, right? Or if you want to do it yourself and learn all those types of things, I do have a DIY online course called the 5-Room Staging Masterclass. I'll leave that link in the show notes as well. And I do offer a live feedback session in that class. Or if you really want a full-blown thing, we can totally do that too. I do offer a one-on-one Zoom call basically where we meet and we walk through your house and I tell you exactly, kind of like what I did here, what needs to go, what needs to stay, let's move this around, and give you feedback instantaneously on getting your house ready to sell. And if this is the kind of thing that you like with this walkthrough, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel so that you can get more home staging tips in the future. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and we'll talk to you later. Bye!